Last month, the company Lekato contacted me and asked me if I wanted to review a couple of their products. If you don't know Lekato, they sell products on Amazon that is geared towards musicians, specifically guitar players, bass players, but they do sell stuff like kalimbas, music stands, and other music accessories there. And they sell stuff such as wireless systems for guitar and bass players. They sent me this one last month and I fell in love with it. I use this every single day now. They also sell effects pedals. I reviewed one of their pedals before, which was their looper, but when they sent me this email stuff to review, I noticed they had a multi-effects pedal, so immediately I was interested, and that's what we're going to be reviewing today. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day is going well and hope it continues to go well. Welcome back to another review, and today we're going to be reviewing the Cube Baby. Weird name, I know, but let's get right into it. So when I saw this, I was really interested because it was promising a lot in a very small package. Like, on the back, it shows you everything that it does, and even on the preview pictures, it's like, hey, this could be used as a cabinet, a reverb pedal, a modulation, a delay, an amp, as well as a tuner. That is a lot inside of this tiny package, and I was very curious in how it works. Even at the top, it says 9 preamp reverse models supported by PC importing, 8 IR cab simulations supported by third-party IRs, high quality reverb, delay, chorus, phaser, and vibrato, live preset working modes, 3 edible presets, USB audio, wireless audio input, mobile phone recording jack, and built-in rechargeable battery. So I am very curious with this. So I guess the next thing we have to do is open this guy up. But before we unbox, a quick little PSA. Everything I'm going to tell you is 100% my own opinion. Sure, they sent me the pedal, but I'm still gonna give you my own thoughts. So if it's a good pedal, I'll tell you if it's a good pedal. If I'm in love with it, I'll tell you I'm in love with it. If the pedal sucks, I will flat out tell you. And of course, I hope that's not the case. But that PSA out of the way, let's go ahead and unbox. All right, so here it is. We got the front, which just shows you Cube Baby. This bottom side shows you Cube Baby. This other side shows you Cube Baby. The other side also shows you Cube Baby. What I was reading before is at the very top, you know, the 9 preamp reverse models, the IR cabinets, so on and so forth. In the back shows you everything that's in the pedal, including the signal path that it takes. So the input goes in this side, and then going right to left is the tuner going all the way to the cabinet, then as well as what I think is the back plate on it. So that's fun. Now let's go ahead and open it up. Surprisingly, this didn't come with any tape on it. There was no tape whatsoever. It's just this little flapper right here. And we go ahead and open it up to see this. So this is the manual. We'll look at that later. Who reads the manual? You get some wires here. It does come with its own thing. And the cable right here is kind of like the old phone USBs. It's not a USB-C. It's not the other side's a regular USB. But this one is like an old phone cable. So that's something to keep in mind. You see right here, which is another one of those, except in white, and it looks like a headphone jack there. So that is cool. And now let's go ahead and actually take the pedal out. So the pedal is wrapped in like this plastic bag sort of thing. So let's go ahead and take it out. And there is the Lekato Cube Baby. So you see only 3 knobs, one for the tone, one for the amp, one for the mod, one for the delay, and one for the IR cab, and one for the reverb. And it gives you something such as, like, if you hold these, I assume that will give you the tuner. I shouldn't be speaking about this stuff now until we actually hook it up and figure out how it works. So that is the front, whole bunch of knobs to control many different things. Back of it, the back again showing you that signal chain is on the back of the box. Combined effects pedal, as it says right there. This is the back plate, so it has a power button, which is I've never seen on a pedal before. A headphone jack, what looks like to be a thing for your phone, as well as a USB, the input, the output, and it comes with some rubber stoppers, so that way you can rest on your pedal board, on your desk, or however you are going to use this, and each side has 2 little screws if you wanted to open it up. We're gonna let it charge a little bit before we actually plug it in. I'm using the black cable that it came with, the USB end to the old USB ends, which I don't know the technical term for it, but it's plugged right in the very back, and as you see, the battery light is red right now. And when we are fully charged, the light on it turns green. All right, we got everything hooked up. We are ready to go, and actually time to test the pedal out. The single chain is really simple. We just got my Chapman guitar right here using the Lekato wireless unit going into the effects pedal, and we got a cable from there going to my audio interface, recorded into Logic Pro X back there with no post effects, which includes no amp sims of any kind. Typically, I will include an amp sim when I'm testing out a pedal, but this has an IR cabinet, supposed to be amps in here, so we're just going in complete DI signal. Now, the thing I should note is that when the pedal's turned off, you're not going to get any audio until you turn the pedal on. And then you see the fancy colors light up, and then you get signal. And automatically loads the very first switch, which according to the manual right here is the IR cab and reverb. So let's go ahead and move on to the very next one, which is the modulation and the delay. And you can see on the screen that the IR cab turned off. So it looks like you can only have one of these on at the same time, I believe. I'll read the manual later and figure out the error of my ways, but for now, this is what it sounds like with the modulation and the delay switch. Very nice. We got a nice, pretty clean tone there. Very nice. Also, I should mention what it looks like if we just turn everything off and give you the straight, clean signal what it sounds like. Very weak. We're just going in completely dry. Again, no amp sim. We are just working with the pedal. So let's move on to this very last one, which the manual says is the tone / the amp switch. Okay, it's another clean tone as well as some modulation on there. Now, it also says that we have a tuner on this. If you hold these 2 buttons in, everything will turn off, and then you can go ahead and tune from there. And you can see this red light moving around basing off of what string, and you see lights over here as well. Now this pedal, it looks like it has a little bit of a learning curve to it, so I'm going to go ahead and do something I've never done before, and that is read the manual. I'm actually learning a lot of cool things about the pedal through the manual, which is probably why you should read the manual. But I learned that the cabs in here are actually based off of real amplifiers. So for example, there are 9 of these. Number 1 is based off of a closed box mold, so I guess that means nothing is selected. Number 2 is based off of the Line 6 Vendetta. 3 and 4 are Marshalls. Number 5 is a VHT Deliverance. Number 6 is a Soldano. Number 7 is a PV5150 with a Mesa Oversized. Number 8 is a JSX KT77 plus a Mesa Stiletto AKG C1000. And number 9 is a Diesel V30 hooked up with an SM57 with Soldano HR power amp. And now the IR amps in here are actually another word for overdrives and distortion pedals. Again, there are 9 of these, and the first 2 are just cleans. The Power Zone clean number 1, the US Gold at 1000 clean on number 2. Number 3 is the 2 Stone Coral Overdrive, which is an overload, so I'm guessing that means overdrive. Kali JP is an overdrive also. You have the Day Tripper Overdrive, which is a distortion under the tone type. Then you have what is literally pronounced shit cow with 2 T's, distortion, and then you have a WO Stone Coral Overdrive, which is it's distortion, then the Mr. Smith distortion. I figured out also that what we just heard are presets that comes with it. So you can actually hook this up and have 3 different settings in there if you're doing a gig and you need 3 different sounds. So we basically heard a distortion, a clean, as well as a crunch. So foot A, the one where we got distortion off of, that has amp on it, which is the VHT Deliverance amp. Then you have the Stone Coral Overdrive, which is the distortion one, the WO Stone Coral Overdrive distortion, plus delay, reverb, IR cab. And then now number B, we move to the amp in there is a Soldano, and then you have the Kali JPA, which is going to be an overdrive and delay and a reverb. Now foot switch C on the very other side is a Marshall 1960 AT75 LA6110 with a US Gold 100 clean with modulation, chorus, delay, reverb, which is why we are hearing a modulation in that very last one there. Then it goes into how to edit a tone. So I'll figure out how to do that. I figured out how to get out of preset mode and have to be a little bit closer to the pedal to handle this. So what you need to do is you need to turn off all of the things selected. So make sure A, B, and C, whatever you're using, is turned off. Then you're going to hold in B and C for just a second. Then now if you go in, you see that only the part you selected will be on. So if I just want the delays in the modulations, hit that and boom, that will pop up. And now you can go in separate and select as many of these as you want. So now you can go in and you can actually build stuff from here. Switch now, you can see we have the amp and the tone selected. So I'm going to turn on the cab simulator just so we have that selected. And then you can go in and actually mess around with all the parameters and do whatever you need to. You want less gain, you just want clean, or as clean as you can get with this. Turn that down. Turn up the tone. Turn down the tone. Now if you want to throw on the modulation things on, you can go ahead and do that now. And boom, that will be on as well. So if we hypothetically turn everything to the max, go ahead and turn that all the way. It works like an analog delay, which is really cool. That's awesome. That's actually really awesome. Now we're in the abyss. That is really, really cool. And you may notice that the modulation button is actually off right now, and that's because the 12 o'clock is the preset for it being off. So for example, right now, it is off. If I turn it to my left side, we have entered phaser territory. So let's just turn that, make it a bit more subtle. That's fun. And then on the other side, you get more of a chorus. But it's still a lot of fun. So to save a preset, this was a very confusing thing for me to figure out, but eventually I got it. So all I need to do, so let's say I don't like the way that C sounded over here, and I want this preset to overwrite that. All I need to do in this mode is hold it in, and then when it flashes rapidly like that, that means that it is saved. So now if we go out of this mode and go back into the preset mode and we hit letter C, that tone is now saved in there and it is overwritten. So once again, recap on how to do presets. Hold in B and C just for a second, then it will go into this, then you turn off everything in there, then your signal will become very dry and clean. Then you just go in, start turning stuff on, adjust knobs as you want to. Then when you're happy, hold in whichever one you want to overwrite till it flashes rapidly, exit preset mode, and then your preset will be saved within whichever one you overwrit. Now the final thing this manual talks about is a software, and I assume this is going to be using the USB. I don't believe anywhere it says I need to download anything, so let's go ahead and hook this up. Now, a huge thing is that this says Windows a lot of the time. I have, as you see behind me, a MacBook. It's an Apple product, so I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we will find out. So I plugged the Cube Baby into my little USB converter because, again, this is a USB. This MacBook only takes USB-Cs for some reason. But I plugged it in and I couldn't find a thing to go into the software that it says just yet. However, I figured while I'm in Logic, why not see if this can be used as a little audio interface? So indeed, it can, which means if we hit our presets, indeed we get our settings in here, which is really great. That is actually pretty fantastic. So you can use this as has an interface to record straight into whatever DAW you're using. So if you have Audacity, for example, you can use this and use it as an interface to record guitar and bass on it. So that's actually really, really cool. So after investigating a bit more, I was unable to find that IR cab thing, but if you have a Windows computer, you might be able to access it better. And or, if someone with an Apple product gets it, let me know how this runs. So I guess there is one more thing to test out with this, which is the headphone jack. See how well we can hear with it. And now's the moment of truth with the headphones, so let's go ahead and see how well this is working. And the cool thing is that I can just hold the pedal up and show you which one I'm going to hit. It's weird that this is technically a wireless pedal if it really wants to be. That's actually really cool. Let's go ahead and throw on the distortion, and yep, I can hear the little fuzz in my ear just from the noise we are getting. Oh yeah, this works out completely fine. And you can actually hear it. Especially if I turn the volume all the way up. And now let's go to the next one, the nice pretty one. Indeed, that one does work. So that's really awesome. You can use this as a little late night practice amp if you really wanted to. I mean, if you just go and program a distortion one and use the distortion that it comes with, you are set. You really don't need to put the headphones on. That is super, super cool, and I love that so, so much. The final thing about the Cube Baby is this little knob up here. So let me go ahead and turn off all these other lights. But this blue knob on here for this whole review was flashing blue. What this is, it's Bluetooth. So you can go ahead and hook your phone up to this iPad, whatever. You can hook your device to this pedal and it can play audio. Of course, I have the headphones plugged in, so. And you can go ahead and practice like that while manipulating with the knobs. That way you can practice guitar to it, making this a really great late night practice rig, which is really, really cool. And you can turn the Bluetooth function off, and which is especially helpful in case you don't want to see this blue blinking light. And all it is holding in the A and B, and it turns off like that. Now, toss the phone over there so that way you don't hear it vibrate anymore. Final thoughts on the Cube Baby. I love this so much. Like, I didn't know what I was expecting, but it exceeded all of the expectations that I did have. Everything here sounds really great. I love that you can use this as an audio interface. I love that you can use it as a little headphone practice amp, and you can hook Bluetooth up to it and practice at night, which is really, really helpful for those late night 2 a.m. practices when you can't sleep, which is every night for me. And everything sounds amazing. I think everything is really nice. Like, sure, when we were doing the modulation, sure, it got a bit wacky, but still, there are some pretty usable tones in this. Would I use this? Yes. I mean, when it comes to a real amp, would I use this? I think I would, because you can turn the IR cab off and you can make it on a really clean thing in the amp type, so that way you can just use it as a distortion, maybe, possibly, or you can just run this into a PA. Really, this is an amp in a box, and it's great. It's absolutely great. I love the fact that it's rechargeable and like doesn't need batteries. That's really cool. The volume, the reverb, the delay. It's amazing. I do recommend this product. It is really cool. really cool, and I am, like, there can be a bit of a learning curve, and I did have to read the manual, try to figure out things, and sure, I couldn't find the IR cab at all on my computer, but I really don't need the IR cab because everything in here sounds really good. So once you overcome that learning curve, this is an absolutely amazing pedal. Anyway guys, that was my review on the Cube Baby. Definitely highly recommend. Amazing product from Lekato. And yeah, well anyway guys, I'll see you guys on Monday with a Back to a 21 Pilots video, Tuesday with No Fun Intended Reaction, and I'll see you guys next Saturday for another random guitar video. What are we doing yet? I don't know, maybe a lesson, maybe a string review, who knows. Anyway guys, I will see you all later. Goodbye, and good night, more importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.